Six Element.
Out in the street, they call it murder. Out in the street, they call
Alright, in the trenches today, I'm up here at Theodore, Roosevelt with the head coach of the football team, Coach Chris Harden. What's good?
Man, everything's great, man. Blessed.
Man, I want to take it back for you, man. Turkey Bowl 51. Talk about the excitement going into that match, man. Just knowing that you was a part of that legacy of the Turkey Bowl with 3 championships as a linebacker with Dunbar.
Man, the excitement was beyond something that you can't really imagine. And not for me, but for my kids, you know what I mean? Because like you say, I experienced it back when the Turkey Bowl was the Turkey Bowl, you know what I mean? When Jokers was going to the Turkey Bowl before they'd go to a Redskin game, you know what I mean? So I experienced it, and it was something that I wanted my kids to experience, especially my seniors from last year, because those guys been with me since freshmen. So it was like I wanted them to get that feeling, and throughout that whole week, man, I just kept telling them, like, it's going to be something you never imagined. It's going to be something you never imagined. And it was everything that I thought it was going to be, and they thought it was going to be as well. It was lovely, man. I mean, to even be victoriously in it, it was just a great feeling. And the crazy thing, I was a little nervous myself, even being there, 4 years, winning 3 times. Being there as a head coach was my first time, so I still was like, I can't drop the ball, you know what I mean? We got to be on point, so it was exciting.
Was it a lot of pressure from the Roosevelt alumni, man, to get this victory?
It wasn't really pressure, but I definitely was getting text messages like, Coach, ain't no use of going if y'all ain't gonna bring it home. So, you know what I mean? And then to be playing H.D. Woodson, who's there a lot, you know what I mean? They was even there when I was playing, so it was like, you beat them during the season, but they gonna come strong in the Turkey Bowl. They've been there, but, I don't think it was too much pressure on us because me, myself personally, I believe in my coaches and I believe in my guys. And them coaches on my staff, man, those are some great dudes, man. They some great leaders and role models for those kids. And they really do everything they can to prepare them guys for the games. And by Wednesday, the day before the Turkey Bowl, I looked at my guys and I looked at the coaches and I said, y'all ready, man. Y'all well prepared.
I got to ask you, Coach. You can answer this or not, but I got to ask this. Winning the Turkey Bowl as a player compared to winning the Turkey Bowl as a coach, which one would you put on top, or is it just as equal?
Man, that's a tough one, man, because, winning it as a player, you really out there, you grinding, you putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it. And not saying I don't do that with coaching, because if you know me, I put everything I got into this coaching thing, man. My goal is always help out these kids, no matter what, man. I put my money into it, I put my time into it. So, it's tough to compare, but I'm going to say coaching, And the reason why I say coaching, because as a player, I touch my heart and touch myself from winning. But to win it as a coach, every kid on that team, heart been touched by me from putting them in position and putting the coaches and putting them in the coaches in them kids' lives to put them in position to be successful in it. So I say coaching, man, because you touch more people as a coach than you do as a player in my eyes.
Now, Coach, when you won that Turkey Bowl, any perks come with that for the community, man? Free food and different spots that you go to?
It was different, man. After winning the Turkey Bowl, then, being on the news from winning the Turkey Bowl and coming back uptown where, it's been a while since it's been uptown, man, like cars would blow the horn. It was like, hey, there go the coach, I even went to Daddy Grace down there by Dunbar, give me a little breakfast in the morning.
They got that bomb food.
Oh, man. And a lot of the folks that work in there was like, hey, they go the coach that won the Turkey Bowl. We remember you when you were younger, actually playing at Dunbar, and some of the people still working there from then. So it was a lovely feeling, and man, it definitely was perks that came with it as far as people noticing who I am and, really congratulating me in the program.
I want to go back a little bit, Coach, because for people that might not remember our first interview, even though they hear the glory, I don't know if they really know the story, because you got here, 2016, took over the program. That was 2-8 at the time. I can't remember. But anyway, during that time, you were looking for your players, man. It didn't matter in the hallways or whatever to get these young men to believe in your vision, to say, hey, I don't know if you're gonna be champions, but you're gonna lay the foundation for this program to have future champions.
Right.
In that process, you won 2 of the Gravy Bowls, 2016, 2017. Then you moved up to the Stars division, the promotion. But you were never satisfied. You always said, I saw the quote in the Washington Post article where you said, gravy is just something that goes on the main course.
Yeah.
And today now, Turkey 51 champions, and seeing where your program is today. Talk about that.
Yeah, man. When I first got hired here, they was like, man, Coach, you got to get to work. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to get started. They was like, nah, you don't understand. You got to get to work, man. And they told me who was returning players from the previous team. And they gave me 3 names. And I'm like, okay, with the rest of the guys, they was like, this is all we got. You know what I mean? So I'm like, wow, And honestly, I didn't know where I was going to start. But then, a good friend of mine, Robert Lee, who's the head coach at Ron Brown right now, he told me, he said, look, you better start with getting them in your building. He's like, you get them in the building, then you move from there, you know what I mean? And then another coach, Jason Lane, told me the same thing. So I'm like, all right. So I just started going to kids in the building. I'm seeing kids walking around that was in Roosevelt building, but with youth football helmets and equipment coming to school. So I'm like, man, come play for us, blah, I'm the new coach. All right, let's make it work. So, and then I also was coaching down Kingman Boys and Girls Club at the time. So it was like I was able to get my young kids from Kingman Boys and Girls Club to come. Then I was able to get some kids in the building, and we put together a team. And that first year, it was tough. We played with a lot of freshmen, made it to the playoffs in the Stripes division. So I told them, I said, look, next year we gonna win it. So they was looking at me and was like, you sure? You know what I mean? Y'all still got freshmen, they gonna be sophomores. The next year we won it, you know what I mean? Then lost the state, but we won the Gravy Bowl. So then the following year, it was a lot of pressure on us because I was trying to get up out the Stripes fish, you know what I mean? Because me, growing up, playing for Dunbar in 04, it wasn't no Stripes division. It's either you good enough to make it to the Turkey Bowl or you work harder during the off season and try to get there next year. So I was like, we got to get up out of here because it was difficult to get kids. The caliber kids we were trying to get. It's hard to recruit a kid and say, all right, yeah, but we don't play on Thanksgiving, and that's all the kid and their parent know. So I'm like, man, we had to do what we had to do. So the second year, we got some more kids to come to the school, and we had those other kids that were already there, and we ended up winning the Gravy Bowl and winning the state championship that year, and was able to bump up. So once we bumped up, I was telling the kids, look, that and to push back a little further, rewind a little bit from that second year we had to play H.D. Woodson because it was the Gravy Bowl champ versus the Turkey Bowl champ, the way the league had it set up that year. So we competed with them, you know what I mean? They beat us by 2 touchdowns, but that wasn't bad, you know what I mean? So that following year, I told the kids, we can play with everybody up there. And them kids started believing me, you know what I mean? They were believing everything I said. And once we bumped up, we made it to the playoffs our first year, you know what I mean? And we lost to H.D. Woodson in the playoffs 20-8. And I was telling the kids, look, we right there. We just got to finish. Then that second year being bumped up, Dunbar beat us the year they won it. Dunbar's beat us, I think it was 12-0 or 8-0, something like that. I can't really remember. But I'm like, look, we getting closer and closer. Then COVID hit us. Boom, messed our season up. But then coming back from COVID this past season, we won it. So now these kids that been here and hear me talk, they saying everything you said is coming true. We got closer, then we won it. So it's like this year now, these kids will run through a brick wall from me, man. They everything I tell them, they believe it. I tell them, look, when we went to Ohio this past week, to play the first game, I said, look, teams from DC don't go to Ohio and win. You know what I mean? We can do something that a lot of teams don't do. And we were down at halftime, 14-7. Kids was, looking down, looking at the ground, looking around like, oh man, these guys are really good. So, I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't do anything. I just told them, look, I told y'all before, we're a strong team. Just play calm, relax, and just have fun. And second half, we won. We won the game. They only scored 3 points on the second half, and we scored, 15 unanswered. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, these guys believe, and, I love this group here. It's a good group of guys.
Coach, taking your team to Ohio, what was the experience like? Because you hear so much about Ohio football and the love that people have for football up there. What was the atmosphere like for that high school football game?
Oh, it was different, man. It was real different. We went to an all-you-can-eat before the game, and when we walked in, just older people in there, and just other people was like, "Hey, you guys here to play our high school, huh? Yeah, we heard about this game. We'll be there tonight." And they was just looking around. They were talking to us, talking to the kids, and it was just different. Then riding to the game, you see the school flags and posters and houses, yards and lawns, and the school facility was crazy. They had a field house and everything. And then to move from that to go even further, we was out for pregame warm up. It probably was 300, 400 people already there. We went in. The locker room came out for game time. It was packed, before the kickoff, it was packed. And then the school spirit that they have out there, my guys never seen before. Like, they had a student section full of 200, 300 kids dressed up as cowgirls and cowboys with signs with our names on it and all types of stuff. So the guys, it honestly, it hyped my guys up. They was pumped up for it, And the experience was different, and it's exactly what I wanted for those kids. To go somewhere, see something different, build a bond as a team, and, just have fun.
Also, Coach, speaking of building bonds and relationships, over the summer with the 707, you won that championship also as well.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about that experience with the kids, bonding with the offense, getting to know camaraderie with the teammates, coming into a game such as that when you have to go to Ohio and it's just you all against the world.
Yeah, man. So the 707s, man, it was good for us because, like I say, our offense is pretty good, and it's difficult as well. So for them to be where they want to be, they have to put the work in and put the time in, as they do, the coaches and kids. And the 707s, we went to a lot of them, and we were coming out victoriously. And most of the ones we went to, we lost in the semifinals in the big one at Maryland that we should have won, but we had some drop balls and stuff like that at the end of the game that hurt us. But to see the fight in those kids' eyes, and every last 707 we went to, every last college 707 we went to, it was like, oh yeah, these guys want it. They hungry, they want it, and it built a lot of a strength, bond, and just everything we needed got done in those 707s as far as coming together as a team. Not winning, like, to win a 707, that don't help anybody. Not when you playing 11-man football. 707 don't really. 707 to me is for the quarterbacks and receivers and DBs. I'm a linebacker. I hated 707. I want to tackle somebody. My running back the same way. He hated 707 because all he doing is swinging out the backfield. There's a rare chance you gonna get the ball. So 707 ain't built for that. What we do, but it's built for something that we have. A quarterback, receivers, DBs, like, they got better. And that was the main goal, for them to get better and learn the system. We got a lot of young guys that's playing this year. Our whole receiver corps last year was seniors. So them young guys got to get that experience and build the bond, and the quarterback was able to build the trust in throwing the ball to them guys. So, we got some stuff out of it.
I got to ask you, Coach, with your program, how are you able to compete with the private schools in the area? Like with the Mathas and the Carrolls and the St. John's that can easily offer scholarships to kids and all these type of incentives. What are you looking for in kids?
I look for a kid that just want to play. You don't have to be the best in the world. You don't have to be somebody that every coach beating down your door for. Like, I just want somebody that's going to come to school, do your work, get good grades, come to every practice, come to weight room workout, off season, act like the season's still going on and put that work and time in. And, you know, that's my type of guy. You know what I mean? To, like you say, it's hard to compete with the private schools because they throw stuff at parents, and our parents sometimes, in my eyes, get brainwashed. They don't look at the bigger picture for their child, or you know what I mean, they look at what the coach feeding them, you know what I mean? And I don't have no problem with that, and I'm not saying anything wrong with that. But to me, what I preach to parents when I recruit, everything that private school is offering you, you can get, your child can get the same thing in the public school. Not even if he don't go to Roosevelt, he can go to Dunbar, he can go to Easy Woods, he can go wherever. But it's all in what your child put in. And I show them that. And I show the parents my resume as far as kids going to college, football scholarships, academic scholarships. Like, we have that here as well, you know what I mean? And then I show them, okay, this kid went to this private school right here. He's in the same classroom and on the same team with my kid that went here to public school. This kid parent got to pay a bill. My kid parent don't, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You just got to show them that. Or I show them, all right, look at all these DC public schools and look how many kids from private schools leave them private schools to come play at a public school because they wasn't getting the time in the private school because the private school got 300 kids.
I've heard that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what's best for your child. And I think what a lot of our parents forget, you grew up and graduated from public school. You know what I mean? It wasn't no private school wasn't the thing back then. You know what I mean? You made it out and you were very successful from graduating from public school. Your child can do the same, as long as he locked in and focused. You know what I mean? So, like I say, it's a tough thing to try to do when you're trying to recruit and compete with the private schools. But to me, I just be real, man, and that's all you can do is be real. Either you gonna get the kid or you not. But you can't, you know, hold feelings, grudges, or be upset if you don't get a kid. That's not what I do. Like, if I don't get a kid, I still wish a kid well and the parent well. And, you know, I just move, you know, keep moving on to try to get more and more kids.
Now, Coach, when did the whole the money team come about? How did that whole legacy, whatever you want to call it, how did it all come about, the money team?
What's crazy is, so the money team came about with me just being on the phone having a conversation with one of my friends, and they was like, look, y'all the money team, because everybody is coming to see y'all play, no matter if y'all playing home or away. Everybody paying their money to see y'all, so that y'all the money team. And I just was like, hey, you know what I mean? I just took it and ran with it, you know what I mean? And like I say, most people's like, you got that from Mayweather. I'm like, nah, the kids just was like, man, yeah, we the money team. And one of the local guys that does sports, you know, previews and stuff, heard the kids say it, and he just put it on like a video clip, and then that's what the whole city started calling us.
Wow. Man, but Coach, man, I truly appreciate your time today, man.
No
allow me to come up here. I mean, both products of Dunbar, man. So definitely got to show love on that end, man. You're doing a great job up here at Roosevelt. Mom actually taught here at Roosevelt, so got connections with that. Man, I know the community, Petworth, man, they loving what you're doing with the program. With that being said, Coach, I know the goal is to get back again to the Turkey Bowl. Well, what's the big message you want to leave with your kids? Because a lot of kids don't go on, to play professional football or anything, because you say you're mentoring young kids to young men.
Right.
Talk about that as we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, man. My goal, and I tell these kids all the time, championships, trophies, all that, that's for you and the coaches. Like, that stuff for you. That stuff don't make me feel no different than when I'm feeling. My championship and my goal is to see you walk across the stage and see you going to someone's college, whether you're playing football or not. Like, I got a kid now, he a firefighter. He'll be up, send me a picture, coach, just, graduating academy. And that type of stuff made me feel good, you know what I mean? Because he was a kid who a lot of people around the building didn't think he was going to make it and be successful as he was from, the way he was acting in school and the way things was going for him in school. You know what I mean? Everyone was skeptical, like, you know, I hope he make it in the future. I hope and for him to hit me back and say, Coach, you know, I'm a firefighter now. And I knew once this kid matured, he was going to be something special because I seen it in him. And I got kids now, like even my quarterback, all the Power 5 offers he have, I tell him every day, all that stuff can be taken away in a minute. You know what I mean? 1 second, you can go from having all them Power 5 offers to nothing. You can go, you can, something can happen. Like, you never know. So school is more important than anything, and don't let nobody change your mind on that. So, you know what I mean? And I just want all my kids, and not just my kids, all the kids around the city, for me being a product of DC, playing high school football, playing college football, and being back coaching, man, I just want everybody to know football is not forever. You know what I mean? And I wish somebody, you know, really set me down and told me that as well. And like, man, make sure the education is on point. When you go to college, make sure you finish. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, without that degree, you know what I mean, you're not making what you should be making. You know what I mean? So I just want every kid to know, man, the ball get flat. And when it get flat, what's the next thing you got coming?
So even look into trades also as well. HVAC, anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like, and that's the other thing. Like, college not for everyone as well. And like you say, trades, fire department, police officer, like whatever you want to be, man, do something that's going to make sure you and your family eat. You know what I mean? That's the main goal, is to do something that you're not living paycheck to paycheck and you're able to enjoy life.
Yeah, man, I truly appreciate your time as always,
Most
Coach.
definitely.
Congratulations on the
Thank
victory
you.
for the Turkey Bowl last year.
Thank you.
Man, keep doing what you're doing, Coach.
Most definitely.
There you have it. In the trenches, we out.